Hello, Gryphons! Welcome back to Gryphon News. We're going to start off today's episode by going to Vinevi.
Thanks, Sanjay. Now, let's learn about Black History Month.
Hey Gryphons, February is Black History Month. Let's learn a little more about it.
Black History Month is a month where we celebrate African Americans and their large role throughout U.S. history.
The 2021 Black History Month theme is Black Family, Representation, Identity, and Diversity.
It goes into the African diaspora and the spread of Black families across the United States.
Two significant Black people in history are Rosa Parks and Ruby Bridges. Rosa Parks is known for refusing to give up her seat on a bus to a white man. Her action inspired Martin Luther King, which then led to the Montgomery bus boycott. She was arrested for her protest, but her act of defiance became an important symbol in the civil rights movement.
She is also an American activist in the civil rights movement.
Ruby Bridges is the first Black person to desegregate an all-white school. This was hard for her, for many people didn't agree with integration. Many people wanted her out and even threatened to kill her.
She had to have security guards walk right next to her around the school. She is still alive and fighting for civil rights today.
Rosa Parks and Ruby Bridges are just two of the many African American activists who have made an impact on our country.
To this day, Black people are still fighting for equality. The Black Lives Matter movement is a recent protest that is trying to show that Black lives matter in the eyes of the government.
We hope you all take the time to recognize African American history, not just this month, but all the time.
Let's head over to Isabel with this week's staff trivia.
Yeah, Vinevi, let's play.
Hey guys, welcome back to Staff Trivia. Today we have two new teachers.
This teacher said that the best thing that came out of this pandemic for them was that they got to learn how to make sourdough bread, sew masks, and spend more time with family.
This teacher played trombone in an ice skating band during college.
This teacher's mother taught French when she was a baby.
Can you guess who this teacher is?
Yes, Madam Reed, then you're correct.
This teacher has bungee jumped off a bridge.
Teacher has won a week-long, all-expenses paid trip to the Caribbean from the TV show Live with Kelly and Ryan, twice.
This teacher also learned how to play tennis.
Can you guess who this teacher is?
If you guessed Miss Fame, then you're correct.
That was challenging. Anyways, let's go over to Bhavna.
Thanks, and now to a video on Words Matter Week.
Hey Gryphons, this week is Words Matter Week. Don't forget to be extra aware of what you're saying to others.
Here's a challenge that you guys can try out.
Instead of texting someone, try shooting them a call instead, so that way you can convey tone and emotion into your words.
When Divya said that she fell while running, Alyssa Y called her clumsy, and Alyssa Y meant to say that as like a funny, sarcastic way, but Divya took it offensively because she couldn't hear the tone Alyssa Y was speaking in. And it's really hard to convey your tone of your message in a text. So make sure to call or talk face to face to the person that you're trying to talk to.
Even though it may not seem like it, the words and the actions that you choose to say or do affect the people around you in many different ways. So make sure to think about what you're going to say before you say it.
Remember to try out the challenge and know that your words matter.
Now let's go to Sanjay.
This week we have a Gryphon alumni.
I'm Sean Magesh Raja. I went to Gale Ranch for 3 years, 6th through 8th grade. I did a lot of leadership then. I served as vice president And now I'm at Boston University studying in the 7-year medical program.
Do you have a favorite word or quote or poem?
Oh, whoa. I like a good quote by J.R.R. Tolkien, the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings. I think it was not all those who wander are lost. It's pretty basic, but it's what came to mind. And I think it's pretty meaningful quote too.
Gale Ranch memory.
All right, so my favorite memory was gotta be emceeing at the rally that we did. It was Hunger Games themed. This is actually a really traumatic memory. So like in the middle of the thing, there was like this game going on with two teachers like rolling some toilet paper or something. And I just looked back, and then I went back to the mic, and I looked and I thought about the wrong winner. I thought someone else had won when the other person actually won. And so I announced into the entire crowd, like, "Oh, cool, congratulations to this like teacher." And the entire crowd just started booing at me. And that was really traumatic. I started to like cry. And then Miss Crystal had to like calm me down. So yeah, that's a pretty traumatic memory, but I look back and it's like pretty funny.
Do you have anything you wish you could have done differently in middle school or?
Okay, this might be a really unfair answer, but I actually don't really regret anything big. Like when I look back on my memories in Gale Ranch, I had fun. I'm sure like on a day-to-day basis, I regretted stuff like, oh man, I wished I didn't step on that piece of gum or something. But overall, like when I look back, I had fun. But that's because I tried a bunch of stuff. I really embraced my personality. I didn't really, I was super confident in what I did. And so, yeah, I didn't care what people thought of me. I did whatever I wanted to do. And I kind of embraced my individuality. So that let me grow as a person. And so overall, I can't really regret much.
Do you have any tips for high school and college?
Yeah, a lot of kids are always so obsessed with like academics and stuff, especially in the area that we're in. And that's important, don't get me wrong, but there's like so much more growth you guys can do. Like my advice is like really, get out and see the world more, right? Like try a lot of different extracurriculars, like go talk to people, get some know how to speak really well, because communication is
So where did you go to high school, and what was your favorite high school memory?
Yeah, I went to Monte Vista High School. It's in Danville. So my favorite high school memory has to be performing at like state and nationals for speech and debate. So I did a lot of speech and debate in high school, and that was like my main thing.
So one of my favorite memories of Seanmu in middle school was during the talent show, and the entire leadership class is doing a huge performance on the stage, and Seanmu was very, very persistent about having classical music as part of the dance routine. So they squeezed in 10, 15 seconds maybe, and he had his like individual moment where he had his classical music for the talent show. That's definitely one of my favorite memories.
Yeah, they lifted me up and carried me around. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Thank you for talking to us today. It was very inspirational. And
thanks for the message. Now to find me with Choose Your Hero.
That's right, Sanjay. Let's watch.
Hey Gryphons, welcome back to Choose Your Hero. This week we have 2 more heroes lined up for you, Amanda Gorman and Edmani Lewis.
Our first hero is Amanda Gorman. Amanda Gorman is the youngest poet to be featured at the presidential inauguration. She's also an award-winning writer that has been featured on the New York Times. She graduated Harvard with a degree in sociology. Her poems have also made way to CBS. She has also spoken at the Library of Congress in Lincoln Center. She's also the recipient of the Poets Ryder Barnes Nobel Writers for Writers Award and is the youngest board member of 826 National, the largest youth writing network in the United States.
Next up, we have Emonia Lewis. Emonia Lewis is the first ever person of color to become a sculptor. When she was young, she was orphaned at a young age, and she was accused of poisoning 2 of her classmates, which led to a group of people beating her up. When she recovered from that and all the accusations were gone, she escaped to Boston, Massachusetts. There, she became very talented in sculpting, and that's how she became the first ever person of color to become a sculptor. Yeah, as mysterious as it seems, in 1880, she disappeared from all the public records, but she seems cool though, right?
Thank you for listening, and be sure to choose your hero.
Oh, I don't know if I can choose. Now, let's go over to Isabel.
Thanks. Let's get right to the video.
Hey Gryphons, welcome back.
Here are this week's submissions for Recreation and Creation.
Here is an amazing drawing of an airplane by Zoe Z in 7th grade.
Wow, that's really cool. Now let's go to the next submission.
Here's a drawing made by Kashanti S. in 8th grade.
Thank you to everyone who sent in their submissions.
And that's all for Recreation Creation. We'll see you next time. Bye.
And now to the joke of the week.
Of Words Matter Week, I will be telling a joke about words. Why do words and punctuation always end up in court? To be sentenced.
We hope you guys have a great day.
We will see you next time on
Gryphon News.